Have you ever felt like you're drowning, pulled in 100 different directions, all because you can't say one simple word? That word is no. This is the story of Ryan, a man who, like many of us, believed that saying yes was the key to being liked, respected, and successful. He learned the hard way that it was actually the fastest path to losing himself. Ryan was the go-to guy for everyone at work. He was the colleague who always stayed late to help others finish their projects, even when his own deadlines were looming. His boss knew he could pile on extra tasks without any pushback for his friends. He was the reliable one, always ready to drop everything for a last-minute request, be it moving furniture, proofreading an essay, or lending money he barely had. For his family, he was the dependable son and brother who never missed a single family obligation, no matter how exhausted he was. On the surface, Ryan looked like a hero. People praised him, calling him generous, selfless, and a true friend. He thrived on this validation. Each thank you was like a small dose of a drug, momentarily masking the growing exhaustion and resentment. Underneath, he thought that by being everything to everyone, he was building a foundation of strong relationships and a great reputation, but cracks began to appear. His own work started to suffer. In his carefully constructed world, he was missing deadlines, making careless mistakes, and his own creative projects, the ones he was truly passionate about, gathered dust on his hard drive. He was too tired to work on his own dreams. After spending all his energy fulfilling everyone else's, his health took a nosedive. He was surviving on caffeine and a few hours of sleep, constantly running on fumes. He felt a persistent anxiety, a low-grade hum of stress that never went away. He started getting sick more often, his body finally screaming for a break that his mouth couldn't ask for. Even his relationships, the very thing he was trying to nurture, began to fray. He started to feel a quiet bitterness toward the people he was helping. He'd say yes with a smile, but inside he'd be thinking, don't they see I'm exhausted? Don't they care about my time? But he never said it out loud. How could he? He was the nice guy. He didn't want to seem selfish or unhelpful. The breaking point came on a Tuesday. It was a day like any other, a chaotic storm of requests. His boss dropped a massive, last-minute report on his desk, due by the end of the day. A friend called in a panic, needing help with a small emergency that would take hours, and his sister reminded him of a family dinner he had completely forgotten about. Ryan sat at his desk, staring at the mountain of work and the flood of text messages. He felt a pressure in his chest, so intense he could barely breathe. It wasn't just stress anymore. It was despair. He looked at his reflection in the dark computer screen and didn't recognize the tired, defeated person staring back. He had given away so many pieces of himself that there was almost nothing left. In his quest to be liked by everyone, he had completely lost respect for himself. That night, he didn't go to the family dinner. He didn't finish his friend's emergency. He didn't even touch his boss's report. He turned off his phone, went home, and for the first time in years, he did absolutely nothing. He just sat in a silence, and in that silence, a terrifying but liberating thought emerged. I can't do this anymore. This was the beginning of Rihan's transformation. It wasn't an overnight change. It was a slow, awkward, and often uncomfortable process. The first time he said no was terrifying. A colleague asked him to take on a part of his project. Ryan's heart pounded, his palms were sweaty. The old habit of saying sure, no problem was right on the tip of his tongue. But he took a deep breath and said, I'm sorry, but I can't. I'm at full capacity with my own projects right now. The colleague just blinked and said, okay, no worries, I'll ask someone else. And that was it. The world didn't end. The colleague didn't hate him. The sky didn't fall. It was a revelation. Emboldened, Rohan started practicing. He learned to say no with grace and honesty. To a friend's last-minute request, he'd say, I'd love to help, but I already have plans for this evening. Can we look at another time? To his family, he learned to set expectations. I can make it to the dinner, but I'll need to leave by 9. To get enough rest for work tomorrow. To his surprise, most people understood. In fact, they started to respect his time more. The constant low priority requests started to fade away. The people who genuinely valued him stuck around, and their relationships became deeper and more authentic based on mutual respect. Not just his utility, the people who were only there to take advantage of his kindness slowly drifted away, and he realized this wasn't a loss at all. With his newfound time and energy, Rayon rediscovered himself. He started working on those passion projects he had abandoned. He started exercising, sleeping better, and eating well. The constant anxiety that had plagued him was replaced by a sense of calm and control. He was no longer just reacting to the world. He was actively shaping his own life. He realized that setting boundaries wasn't selfish. It wasn't about pushing people away. It was self-preservation. It was about creating the space to be the best version of himself, for himself and for the people he truly cared about. Saying no to the things that drained him allowed him to say a powerful yes to the things that mattered: his health, his dreams, his peace of mind, and his self-respect. Rihan's story is a powerful reminder for all of us. Are you a yes person? Are you sacrificing your own well-being for the approval of others? Remember, your time, your energy, and your dreams are valuable. You have the right to protect them. Saying no isn't a rejection of others. It's an affirmation of yourself. It's a declaration that you matter. It's the first step to taking back your life, just like Rihan did. So, the next time you feel that pressure to say yes, when you really want to say no, take a deep breath and choose yourself. It might be the most powerful decision you ever make. Thanks for watching. If this story resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content. See you in the next one.